Hi guys, Mike Annan here at the ACE Academy for Canine Educators. Welcome back to another newsletter webinar. Today I'm going to talk about some tips to add into my obedience stay training. The first tip I'm going to talk about is how to add my recall hand signal into my stay training. The second tip I'm going to talk about is how to desensitize or have my dog trust holding and touching their collar when using the stay. So the reason I want to talk about these two things is that in formal obedience training, there are actually two very common issues that clients have. So let's start with the first one, which is when I add my recall hand signal into my stay training and why I would do it. Well, one of the most common issues is when clients start working towards their formal recall, so calling my dog back to me in a formal obedience training exercise, what happens is I get my dog in a sit stay, I walk away from my dog a specific distance, I turn and face my dog, and then I just start the precursor for my recall, which is my hand straight out like this and open palm flat into my chest. Now, the problem that occurs is once clients get out, they face their dog, they put their arm up like this, they have not given the hand signal yet, and the dog is now already halfway to them. Now, it does become frustrating because the clients do want their dog to actually follow the hand signal and they do want them to listen to that hand signal. So what we want to do is we want to add in the precursor piece for recall training, which is me just simply getting ready to give the hand signal with my hand straight out like this to our stay training exercise. The other thing I want to add to my stay training exercise is a collar hold. So we're going to have a look at what it looks like when I use my simple stay training obedience exercises and I hold the collar when I return and praise my dog. The reason I want to do this is another common problem is when clients go to reach for their dog's collar, the dog backs away because they always think you're going to put the leash on and control them. So what we want to do is have our dog trust that I can hold their collar, and it doesn't always mean control. There's not always strings attached. So I can desensitize my dog by adding the collar hold into my praise when I'm working on the stays. These two simple techniques will absolutely elevate your recall and stay training exercises. It's important to be creative and add some of these cursors that sometimes make it difficult to train our dog into stay training exercise in a positive way so that they actually become something that your dog trusts. Okay, let's have a look at what this looks like. Okay guys, let's have a look at how we would incorporate our recall hand signal into our stay training. In terms of helping our dog not leave the stay position until we've actually given the recall command when we're training our dogs to come back to us in formal obedience. So simply what I do is put my dog in a sit stay position and I'll step out from my dog, I'll flash the precursor hand signal for recall, but I won't actually give the recall command, and then I'm going to return back to my dog and praise a good stay. So what I'm doing is I'm desensitizing that piece of the recall so my dog learns to wait there in a stay. So let's have a look at that. Mosaic, can you sit? Stay. Flash hand signal out, bring it back in so we're not actually giving the hand signal, return to your dog, praise the stay. Good stay. Let's have a look at that again. Mosaic, sit, stay. Flash my hand signal out, bring it back in, don't actually give the hand signal, return to your dog, praise the stay. Good stay. Now the other piece is a collar hold. Collar hold in a stay is a really nice thing to start to practice to desensitize my dog of allowing me to touch the collar, hold the collar, and make it rewarding. So what I want is my dog to learn to trust that I can hold that collar. Okay, so let's have a look at that. Sit. Stay. This time I would step out, come back in. My dog's in a stay position. I'm just going to hold the collar and praise at the same time. Good. Stay. The nice part is that I get to let go of the collar and my dog learns to trust the exercise. It doesn't mean that I'm going to clip a leash on and have him under control. He learns to trust the collar, and we desensitize him and learns the collar actually is a part of the praise, and it can be very rewarding when I hold it. So let's have a look at that again. Mosaic, sit, stay. I'm going to step out. When I come back in, practicing my stay exercise, I'm just going to hold the collar when I praise. Grab collar and praise. Good stay. Good boy. And as you can see, he quite likes that exercise. And he quite likes it when I hold his collar. He doesn't back away. He's not worried about me controlling him. He, in fact, with all these good training habits, trusts most things that we do. All right, Mosaic, can you sit? Okay, from Mosaic and I, thank you so much for watching another newsletter. We'll see you in the next one.